Let's going to check the features of the spirometry software W20s. These windows will show us the installed version, it's 209. On the top we will be able to see the menu with the different options, and then we have the shortcuts by the icons with different functions. New patient, patient data, test data, the forced vital capacity, the bronchodilation test, the slow vital capacity, the MVV, the bronchoconstriction, the trends option, the preview report, printer report, calibration, upgrade options, help, and exit. With the help menu, it's opening the PDF manual. When we open the W20s software, we have on the left side the patients list, and on the right we have the test of each patient. From the setup option, we can change the language by this menu. You can choose from English, Spanish, French, Italian, Portuguese, and others. From the setup, you can check the links with the spirometer. There's another video to show this configuration. We have selected data Spiraira by USB. Accept. Once we have finished the basic configuration, we will be able to select the parameters and graphics that we want to see in the screen and also in the final report. The parameters and predictors will show us the list of all the parameters we can enable or disable from the FVC test, the slow vital capacity, and the maximum voluntary ventilation. Below we will see the list of automatic interpretation the software will offer. We have selected the ATS ERS, and down we have the quality control, also ATS ERS, and we have the possibility of the National Lung and Health Education Program from the United States. On the center area, we can select the predicted values for adult and children. Okay, we have the total list of the different regions. We have the Quangergli for both. Then we can select the default ethnic group to be shown in the following test and the Z-score. On the right, we can open this drop-down menu to select the post-dilation comparison. We close this window, and now we are going to check what are the graphics to be shown in the window and the report. We select graphics, and then in the top area we can select what are the graphics to be shown in the final report. Flow volume, volume time, and the glue graphs. Below this option we can select if we want to print the best maneuver or the 3 best maneuvers for the basal and for the dilation. On the right side we will see almost the same options to be shown in the screen, and also possibility to store the graphics or to show the inverted VC curve. Below this we have the incentive menu that we have activated, and we can choose from 4 different animations: a rocket and dolphin for children, and volume and time bars for adults. We could adjust the accomplishment of the target by a percentage on the right side, on the first or the other tests. In the same spirometry menu, we can enable the NIOSH mode. NIOSH means National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health, and this allows to fill some information for the final report. From the software setup, we can select also if we want to use the metric or the imperial system. Moreover, we can change the information of our letterhead with 3 lines, and also by an icon by a BMP file. The software allows to export directly to a PDF or XML files. Choosing the interoperability option, we will be able to select the path where these files will be exported. We can also modify the creation pattern for the file names. And finally, we could link with the hospital software, importing a patient work list and also exporting automatically in different formats: HL7, CSV, XML, PDF, etc. So this option will be enabled when you buy this optional module. On the links menu, clicking on this icon, we will be able to see additional information of the spirometer, especially for the technical service. It includes flash, RAM, and other checkups, gain, offset, and other technical data. We close this window, and finally the utilities menu allows us to upgrade or update the spirometer, selecting the specific files from our PC. This is a really simple procedure that could take just a few minutes. From the same menu, we can find the spirometry configuration that allows us to select the battery type or just configure the maintenance and calibration time schedule. And then the device will automatically restart it. The last option will allow us to enable the optional modules, like the bronchoconstriction test. We will introduce the case supplied by CivilMed. The second menu is focused for the database. Most of these options are already represented by icons in the main menu, so the most important features in this part will be related to the database maintenance. In this window, we will be able to see all databases already created. We can create different ones depending on the number of doctors or users. It will depend on how we want to manage that. We can position the database in a local PC or in a server. So from this point we can select the path where we want to position the database. Let's create a new database, clicking on the first icon. We can introduce a password if we want to create that. If not, we will leave empty this field. It will ask to reconfirm and accept. Now we can see that everything is empty. Let's select the previous one to show you some other features. W20s, and we accept. From this menu, we can also mark all the tests or all the patients. We can unmark all of them as well. We can also delete one or all the records, sort by ID, record, and export in CSV, PDF or XML file. First of all, we're going to select one of the tests, and then we select CSV. Now we input the name of the file, we click OK, and automatically the test has been exported to our desktop. If we open this file, we will be able to see the data of the test. Note that you can open these files by Microsoft Excel or similar. Coming back to the software, let's import this CSV file. We will find out the file on our computer, selecting the type of file, CSV, and the information will be directly copied on the patient that we have selected. We can search the patient by name or by ID. We write 321, it will go straight to the patient file 321. Then we can move on the files using the arrows left and right. We can see the information of the patient and the information of the test as well in this area. If we click on this icon, we will be able to search by other ID. This icon will open the test. We can see the list of parameters. We can select the information of the different maneuvers. It's showing the quality grades. On the right side we can see the repeatability, the number of maneuvers, the symptoms that we can modify, and this icon will open the curves, the flow volume and volume time. We click again to close. Now we're going to close, and let's have a look on the trans feature. When we open, we can track on 3 parameters: FBC, FEV1 and PEF. We will see by colors the different symptoms that we have selected during each test. We can check it out if we opened any test. We open a patient, we select the test, and on the right side we have this area to register the symptoms of the patient. From the database menu, we can also open the preview of the final report with all the information, parameters, graphics and comments. Finally, the printer setup will allow us to select the printer we want to use.